Hi, and welcome to the 10-10-Diverse Show, episode 78. Tonight we've got 10 artists. We're going to feature one song each, a couple of reviews in between the songs, cause more friendships, and about an hour and 20 minutes worth of fantastic music here. Coming up first, he's from Canada. He's over in Spain living at the moment. This guy's been in the family for 2 years. Erick, love you to bits, man. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself, dude, and what's the story behind your song, Coming Home?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show, Sparky. It's been a long time, and I appreciate it. It's nice to see all the other artists who was there today, so it's awesome. So what's the story? Basically, Coming Home was recorded in Montreal partly. I had also some musicians work on it in Nashville at the time. And the story is quite simple. It's just that I was stuck in Europe, actually, for a while, and wasn't able to get back home. So I was feeling quite homesick. And when I came back, I said, you know what? I got to write something about, this coming back home and how good it feels to be with your families and friends, of course. So that was the message. And we all have, I guess, a home. And it's something we need to keep close to our hearts, right? So that was the story behind this song.
Hey man, what a great introduction. Without further ado, if you're not acquainted with Erick, Beau's music, you're going to love it. It's absolutely fantastic. Just sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
I'm coming home, coming home, coming home, coming home. Been away for a while, ran away, left all behind. Traveled the world alone, had to make it on my own. I'm far away, so far from home, home. It's time for me to get back. I'm getting back to Montreal. Been away too long, tired of being all alone. I'm heading down, I'm coming home. I'm coming home where I belong. I'm coming home, get ready, babe. I'm coming home to see my folks, to see my friends. I'm coming home. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than chilling down in my own town. It's good to be here with you, singing, playing for you. Let's get down, let's rock this town. I'm coming home where I belong. I'm coming home, get ready, babe. I'm coming home to see my folks, to see my friends. I'm coming home. Coming home to you. I'm running back to you. Coming home to you. I'm flying back to you. Coming home to you. Choo-ka-choo to you. Coming home to you. I'm coming home where I belong. I'm coming home, get ready, babe. I'm coming home to see my folks, to see my friends. I'm coming home. I'm driving home. I'm riding home. I'm coming home to see my folks, to see my friends. I'm coming home.
Erick Beau, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic, eh? Well,
Thank you.
honestly. Let's go.
That's fun.
Well, Kimbo, Hardy, then Phil, our next guest. Kimbo, Hardy, then Phil. What was your thoughts there?
I gotta say, we've probably all been in that position, except a couple people I know back in Connecticut, where I'm from, who have never left. the town and area they've been from, and that's their home. Some of them are my relatives. But for those of us who have left home, home becomes another place. But that special home where you're from is different. You know, you go back for the food. I still have an accent that lends to where I'm from. And a lot of your friends are there. But I found that you can also make friends all over the world. And home in those places are just a bit different. So, I thought it was a well-placed song, very poignant in a lot of ways. Something I think we can all kind of grab onto. Appreciated the music too. Like the fact there was some banjo in there, a little bit of harmonica, tooting that harp. And then there was a well-placed lead guitar, riff. I thought it was the perfect spot for it. But plus a nice vid, friends hanging out and stuff like that. I mean, we all love that when we go back somewhere where we've lived for a while. So nice job, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your appreciation, and we'll keep coming home, that's for sure.
Honestly, well said, man, well said. Hardy, and then Phil. Hardy in South Africa, Phil in Brazil, and Kimball was in Florida there, I should have mentioned.
Yeah, man. So I took a bit of a different take from the song. It's quite interesting. I also like the banjo, and I like all the different aspects that you brought together to make the song. I think as a musician myself, and sometimes you're touring and stuff, you sort of get a little bit homesick. So I kind of got this vibe from, like sort of you just been like on some sort of tour. And then like this is like you're celebrating because like, yeah, it's over, I'm going home. It was fun and everything, but I'm going to be sleeping in my own bed tonight. So I've quite got that little vibe from it as well, which is really cool. And yeah, I love the country vibe and a really cool idea, and how everything was put together is really good. So yeah, it was quite cool.
Well, thank you so much again for that. And yeah, of course, that when you're touring and stuff, you can't wait to get back home at some point. So you're right. It's a thing that we look forward to.
Well said, Hardy. Mr. Phil Lima over in Brazil, what was your thoughts before we get to your section, dude?
Yeah, it was just the guys just said most of the things that shouldn't have been said there, man. You're such an energetic song, good vibes, delicious chorus, and the song just brings you with it. So you just dive into the song and fly away. Just great, man. Congrats.
Thank you so much, Phil, for that. I'm very happy that you liked it also.
Well said, well said. And I'll just let everyone know at the moment, we're going live on Facebook, but we're also uploading this to YouTube and Rumble and everywhere else. And all the guests' Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Spotify accounts are always in the descriptions. So we don't need to plug ourselves here. Just look in the descriptions. Anybody who sees this, and you can follow all of these guests here. So Eric, thanks for being a marvellous guest. Until the next time, get you on a couple of rapid shows, Right. So from Spain over to Brazil, Mr. Phil Lima. No strangers to this show. He's been on about 10 now, my brother from Brazil. Introduce yourself, Phil, and why did you cover the song Eleanor Rigby? Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, Sparky. Always a pleasure being here. This is a collab that we released during the pandemics, during the lockdown. And the guy who arranged this collab is the drummer of Magi. So he's called Ricardo Linassi. He's a hell of a drummer. And he invited me to participate with other great musicians from Brazil. In the vocals, you have Rafael Dinamarque, who did the mix and masters as well. He's from the band Dinamarque, who won the Battle of the Bands about 10 years ago to play in Wacken Open Air in Germany. Rafael Dantas, he's from a band called Ego Absence, and also participated in a project called Soul Spell. Not sure if you heard it. Soul Spell, if I'm not mistaken, it's here from Brazil, and they are very inspired by Blind Guardian and stuff like that. We have Ricardo De Stefano, who also did some vocals. We have Betolani and Nathan on guitar, Linasi's brother on bass, and himself on the drums. So hope you enjoyed. It's a classic from the Beatles, and it's a metal version, of course.
Hey man, you're absolutely world class on your own. Just wait to see how good he is when he brings his other your world class artists together. Phil, you're a legend, man. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Phil Lima and friends with their cover of Eleanor, Rigby, Beatles classic. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love. Little outro there, Phil. Just absolutely fantastic, man. Same as everything else that you do, dude. So it is. So, well, Kimbo, Hardy, then our next guest, Randie. If the three of you would like to say something to Phil, I'll load up Randie's track. Kimbo?
Yeah,
Whitebeard?
yeah, I'll tell you, it is a classic song. I will say it was easy to follow because of that, but the fact that you put yourself into it, I just love the fact that you had some really great riffing going on. I mean, you had other people singing the tune. It was great. You started out with what was basically the original, and then you added to it, and that was pretty outstanding, I thought. So I really liked it. As covers go, and I think you nailed it. You know, um, I'm thinking about doing a metal cover of something now. So you're just encouraging me, brother. But that's, it's good stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I would put that on my playlist right now. Seriously, just a great, interesting version to listen to, but it wasn't overdone. I could imagine. Okay, I'm sorry. I was going to say I could imagine a Monomarth doing it. It would have been overdone. You know what I'm saying? A little too much growling and so forth. But that was perfectly done. I think you translated it.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more. Randie, don't worry about your wee doggy. It's okay, man. Don't worry about it. Because the dog barks, you think, no, it's all good, man. Hardy over in South Africa, then Randie in Pennsylvania. What was your thoughts on Wonderful Phil?
So I obviously, this is not the first time I've heard this song. And when I heard it, the first thing I thought, this is risky to cover a band like the Beatles in metal is risky. And like, you did it well. I'm a metalhead myself. I play for a metal band myself. And I appreciate metal and I love metal. And I really loved it. I actually, my wife is a very big Beatles fan, and we've got a big Beatles poster in our living room. And I actually called her because she does not like metal. And I called her and I said, listen to this. I know you don't like metal, but just listen to this and appreciate what these people did. And really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the first time. I enjoyed it the second time. I think it's really done well. I love the little guitar solo, like one guitar solos and then the next does its thing. I love that vibe. It's really cool. So yeah, well done, man.
Well said.
Thanks so much.
Said. Do you know, I had my Beatles t-shirt on for my 2:00 show today, so I did. I should have worn it tonight, man. But yeah, Randie, what was your thoughts here? Yeah.
My thoughts was, as someone during COVID, we were all scrambling with technology, and it reminds me of that. You guys really pulled it together great, and I really appreciate that. It wasn't just you had to add your own pieces, and it's the way it all came together, and the use of new technology and stuff. I mean, that's outstanding. You got a lot further than I did, by little live streams and using of little things. I know there are different apps that could pull this all together, and your use of technology was impressive.
Well said, Randie. Phil, on you go. Sorry, I was just going to big you up, but you go first, Phil. You want to reply?
Thanks for your words. You were all very kind. It was very fun to do this cover version, and also, as our friend said, it was a very challenging thing to do because it's a classic, and we have to be careful not to turn the song into a whole different thing, but to put our spice, our own spirit in it. And yeah, I'm glad with the result, and I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much. And my hair was still growing back then, so you see, it's been a long time. I think it was 2020, if I'm not mistaken, we've recorded it. So it was really in the beginning of the pandemics. We were crazy because we couldn't play anywhere else. And yeah, so different times now, hopefully.
What I was going to say was I was going to encourage everybody to check out the rest of your stuff because everybody's amazing. Phil's you're a superstar in the making. Some of the things that he can do, he's got the most amazing voice, most amazing guitar skills. He's badass. He looks the part. Look at him. Do you know what I mean? He really is going to make it. So, and he's a gentleman, and he'll follow you back and support you back, just like all the other good people in the family. Till the next time, Phil Lima, love you, brother.
Thank you, guys. My social media is Phil Lima Official. You may also find me on Magi Official as well.
And Dynamo as well. Dynamo, you've got so many projects, man.
Yes.
Honestly, you're fantastic. Just check your description wherever you watch this because you'll see everybody's social medias are in it. Well done, Phil. So from Brazil over to Pennsylvania, return to the show for Randie O'Neill. Hey, Randie, do you want to introduce yourself? And what's the story behind your song, The Dance?
The dance. All right. We've all been through this where you meet someone, they tick all the boxes and it should be the one, but there's no spark. So the trick for this song was the person's kind of bored but you can't bore the audience with the song. You had to keep it moving. So that was the trick in recording all of this, hitting that fine note of keeping everyone interested, but letting her know that this really isn't going anywhere. Although it was my partner, my business partners in the video, and I think we're having too much fun, but that's another story.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Randie O'Neill with the dance. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Sitting at the bar like I did the night before. He buys a drink and I know what he thinks. Looking fine, he's kinda on my mind. You're coming at 6, I always predict. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance. Don't even put on my fancy clothes. I can impress with just a few drinks. The seed is there, but will it grow? The night moves on and it's moving slow. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance. Through the motions with no real emotion. The dance that we dance is between of me and you. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance.
Randie O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely brilliant. Honestly, he brings smiles to my face every time I watch your music. Kimbo Hardy, then our next guest, Russ. What was your thoughts on that wonderful track? Well, I'll load up Mr. Stallons song.
Well, I like the vibe of it. I mean, it's kind of an eclectic country vibe, but you got some pop thrown in there too. And I'm sorry, dance is the perfect title for it because that's what it is. There's a time period in any relationship. You're dancing around, you know. I mean, the older you get, the less dancing you want to do. But you know, I thought that awkward moment was, you know, translated very well in your music. And the vid gave a lot to it, showing the guy coming and, you know, you're gonna have a drink and you're gonna dance and a la-di-da. When is it gonna become true love and something that lasts? You know, that's the question. But yeah, you covered that awkward moment very well. I enjoyed the music terrifically. It was very bright for an uncomfortable subject sometimes, you know. So nice job.
Thank you.
Well said, Kimbo. Hardie then, Russ?
Yeah, I can see a lot of effort went into the video and also the production of the music, and I can also sort of imagine myself in the room when the recordings and things were happening. So also noted like slight like techniques and stuff in the recording itself. So you've got like a biggish chorus, which is normally very popular in pop. So you've got like a little bit of vocal overlaying where in your verses you have more of a single layering. So yeah, very cool technique. And then you've got the cool country vibes in the background, like like our friend Kimbo said, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Really chilled music, so it's like a Saturday music where you can just sit, unwind and like forget about the week. So yeah, really good stuff, strong message, and yeah, like it.
Thank you.
Well said, Hardie. She looks $1 million as well, didn't she, gentlemen? Russ, Mr. Stallons, my good friend, what was your thoughts here on Randie's track?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something to say that hasn't already been said. It was great. I think a songwriter, when you're writing a song, you're trying to convey an emotion or a thought, of a feeling, and that feeling of that, that emotion or that feeling of, when a relationship is starting, and that feeling of anticipation, and that was conveyed very well in that song, and I thought it was great, and production and the sound, and it was good. And I'm struggling to think of something that hasn't already been said. So I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time coming up with something that hasn't already been said. So
That's all right, Russ. That's all right. Well, thank you for the feedback, guys.
Yeah.
Gotta
Hey,
hit the
that was a
mark.
lovely-
And again, it was a balance,
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that you think we hit it. So that makes me feel
You
good.
did, and I don't want to be redundant and just keep repeating the same things that have already been said. So it's good.
Absolutely brilliant. Randie O'Neill, love you to bits. Until the next time, Randie O'Neill, everyone.
Thank you.
So, from Pennsylvania over to Nashville, Tennessee, the last man to talk there, Russ Stallons is a world-class country artist, and this is his home. He's been on probably close to a dozen shows now. Russ, introduce yourself, dude, and what's the story behind your song, Wild Western Wind?
Thanks, Sparky, for having me on again. And I always enjoy being on this show, and it's so much fun being on the show with so many different talented people. I'm always amazed that to feel accepted by so many talented people, and everybody's so kind and so encouraging. And this is a song that I wrote, really thinking about, well, the song just tells the story. I'll just let the song speak for itself, because it really tells the story, and I don't really know what to say.
You're absolutely fantastic, Russ Stallons, and I'd just like to introduce my friend Paul Mash from Paul Mash TV, who's come in. He's thinking about helping all the artists in our music family, but without further ado, let's get your track on, Russ. Absolutely fantastic, as everything else you do. Wild Western Wind by Russ Stallons. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Green hills and hayfields usually suit me just fine. Wide open spaces is where she'd rather reside. She sits by a campfire with only the stars in her eyes. She's a wild western wind blowing all through my mind. She's a wild western wind blowing all through my mind. It happens every night when that Tennessee moon starts to shine.
for certain, you can't put a bridle on time. On a buckskin named Memories, she rides through my dreams every night. I'm gonna load up my truck, gas it up and head west at first light, to that wild western wind blowing all through my mind. She's a wild western wind blowing all through my mind. It happens every night when that Tennessee moon starts to shine. Home's where your heart is, but I know right where I left mine. With that wild western wind blowing all through my mind. I drove all night long, must have lost my good sense, picking wildflowers by an interstate fence. 50 more miles till I'll see her again, and I'll kiss that wild western wind. She's a wild western wind blowing all through my mind. It happens every night when that Tennessee moon starts to shine. Home's where your heart is, but I know right where I left mine. With that wild western wind blowing all through my mind. She's my wild western woman blowing all through my mind.
Absolute pleasure every time I listen to you, man. Absolutely brilliant, Russ. I'm short and sweet with what I'm saying here, but Kimbo, then the two South Africans, Hardy, and then Eddy, who's the next guest. What was your thoughts on that marvelous song there? Kimbo, Hardy, then Eddy, please.
Well, I guess we've all pined for somebody, and had that feeling that you're missing them really bad. And I just love the lyrics showing that, he brought it all together. She's a wild western wind blowing through my mind. I mean, that's outstandingly romantic for the pining person. I mean, that was very well said. I love the fact that the lyrics were very very cool. It was easy and nice to follow, and really, it's a song for everybody who has pined before. Plus, you had a lot of interesting country thoughts going through there. I even sensed a little bit of maybe Skinner in there, a little bit of cross genre. But I really liked it. I mean, it had a nice, easy feel, good vibe, and hey, I think that's going on my playlist too. So well done, my friend.
Well said, Captain Whitebeard. We've got the red beard, we've got green beard, and we've got official Captain Whitebeard, Kimbo. Hardy, what was your thoughts here, brother? Hardy, then Eddy.
So I what really stand out for me is sort of the intro. I really love the guitar tone there, and then throughout the whole song, the guitar tone is really good. And there's something like a little bit of a authenticity to the song. So I'm not American, like I'm South African, and I feel like if I would say like true like American country music, like proper, like if I like say I want proper country music, American country music, I say that would be a perfect example, because it's got like that feeling. It's just like, it makes me want to go like chase a cow out in the street, it's like really like, it's got that vibe. I love it. So yeah, really, really good stuff.
Well said, Hardy. Well said, man. Mr. Eddie Chapman, what do you hear the similar accents here? Eddie, what was your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, Russ, my friend, always great to see you on the show. I know if you're on the show, I'm going to get something good, and this didn't disappoint at all. The song has your typical country style, right? But throughout the song, there was something that just tickled my ear. I remembered way back, I think it was the first Spider-Man movie or something like that. Nickelback did a theme song for the movie, and he had like a similar melody line, and I thought, yeah, that's why I like the song this much. But I know country is pretty big in the US, but I think you are, I don't know if it's a good thing, but you're slowly converting me into a country fan, my man. Your stuff is really good, Russ. Well done.
Same, honestly, same here, dude. Same. So Russ, you're absolutely fantastic, man. Love you to bits. Until the next time, Russ Stallons, everyone. So from Nashville, this is our fifth guest, so we're halfway through the show after this. Russ, from Nashville to South Africa, Eddie Chapman, introduce yourself and the story behind your song, My Serenade.
Yeah, thanks, Sparky. Thanks for the opportunity to be on the show. Always great to see all the famous faces on the show. Always great fun. Yeah, My Serenade is off my latest EP, Part 3, that released in October, and this song there's a very special place in my heart for the reason that I tried something different in this song. Once you write a lot of songs, a ton of songs, and the structure kind of stays the same if you go commercially, or you try to be commercially viable, stuff like that. So with this song, I thought, let me try something different. Sound-wise, structure-wise, but still staying, good to the ear, if I can say it that way. So I wrote this song, and I took a lot of inspiration from bands like Queen. I think you'll hear if you listen to the song. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. So about that.
Hey, dude, you're a world-class songwriter, man. Honestly, everybody's telling me this. Eddie Chapman with My Serenade. Sit back and enjoy. Absolutely brilliant, man. One love.
I don't wanna fight, I don't wanna lose, I don't wanna leave you scarred and bruised. Cause all that I am and all that I want are all of these things way up above in the city I own. This temple is mine, but its walls keep bleeding from time to time. But I don't wanna fight, I don't wanna lose, I wanna be true. As the sun sets on me, and there's nothing left to see, my golden rays of fame, I hang my head in shame, and I'm still victim to you, and I'm still victim to you, to you. I'm still victim to you, to you. You're bloodshot and your horse look, but I break free and I'll crawl out, and I keep singing on my serenade, serenade. It's all I've got to give to you, my serenade, serenade. It's all I've scarred and bruised, 'cause all that I am and all that I want are all of these things way up above. But the city I own, this temple is mine. These walls keep bleeding from time to time, but I don't wanna fight, and I don't wanna lose. I wanna be the truth. But as the sun sets over me and there's nothing left to see, my golden rays of fame, I hang my head in shame, and I'm still victim to you, and I'm still victim to you, to you, to you. I'm still victim to you, to you, to you. You're bloodshot and your whole blood, but I'll break free and I'll crawl out, and I keep singing on my serenade, serenade. It's all I've got to give to you, my serenade, serenade. It's all I've got to give to you.
Absolutely, a little bit extra there. Sorry, I cut it off, man. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Kimball, you're the next guest here. For the first time, he's going to be on as a guest as well. So, Erick, your fellow songwriter, and you were first. You never got to review any songs. So, Erick, then Randie, then Kimball. What was your thoughts there?
Well, I have to say, I really like the vibe of that song, and the delivery also on the vocal. So very, very well done, Eddy, on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the backups also. There's the harmonies that were in the part of the chorus, and the choice also of instruments is it really delivers well for the song. So I really like that, and it's a great song for me. That's for sure.
Thanks, Erick. Appreciate it.
Well said, dude. Well said. Randie, then Kimball.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of Easter eggs in this song, if that makes any sense. There's like little dabbles of this and that hidden in the music, and I love that. Artistically, that is so good. I do it myself, where you would put a little piece of music in a spot where sort of it doesn't belong. It fits perfectly, but it just stands out in that specific like part. I love the vocal ideas, the middle part where you did like a very Queen vibe with the vocals, and like you said, and yeah, it's just, I think, well, for the rest of the people that don't know, because I think South Africa is sort of being looked over when you think musically, and I think currently South Africans are putting out really good music. This is not 10 years ago where we had this terrible twangy guitars and like terrible vocalists. It's actually getting to a point where, we're actually musicians now. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think it's good.
Thanks, Ari. Appreciate it, man.
Well said, dude. I hope I can make you two mates, both being for South Africa. That's my intention anyway tonight. Kimball, what was your thoughts before we get over to a new regular thing we're going to do as Kimball's slot this evening? But Kimball, what's your thoughts there first?
Well, I thought it was the subject matter is definitely dramatic and passionate, and I thought that's how the delivery was too, along with the music. I mean, the vocals were, I'm leaving my feelings right on my sleeve. It's kind of like I lost love, but I just can't get over you yet. So all I've got's my serenade for you. So it's kind of a sad song in a way, but sometimes you can't get over somebody, and when that's the case, I mean, you're still kind of hooked in. You're still a victim of the love you had for it. So I appreciated the lyrics extremely well, and really liked the fact that the music was dramatic in many ways, but also passionate. And again, the vocal delivery was right there, I think, where it should be, with that sort of a feel and vibe as far as the song goes.
Yeah, thanks, Kiva. Means a lot, man.
Yeah.
Well said, the three of you guys there. Honestly, Eddy Chapman, you know how much I love you, man. You're fantastic. Till the next time, Eddy Chapman. From South Africa over to Florida. Kimbo's been on as a co-host on about 6 shows now, at least I'd say maybe more. He is a musician, and he's waiting till he's mastered all his songs, but one of them is nearly ready. But he's got his own promotion company, Keltstache Music, and he does nothing but help people all day long. He's got hundreds of artists in his own family. So today he's going to promote one of his friends and bands from his world. It's called 2-Inch Voices. The song's called Witches. Could you tell us what you know about that song? And yeah, I'll play it for everyone.
Well, basically, I had met 2-Inch Voices at a music festival here in the town I live. And there are 2 a year. And 2-Inch Voices is a solo artist, basically. I expected 2 the first time because, 2-Inch Voices. But I guess it was just 2-Inch Voices, small voices, but it's more of a small voice. I don't know. I'm done explaining that. But he's a really great solo guitarist. It's a man and his guitar, and the lyrics are very poignant. It's called Witches, but it's really not about witches. Is the name of the song. He just released it November 15th, so it's fairly new. I did see him perform it at the last music festival maybe 3 weekends ago. So he did that while he was here. But I guess I've been promoting him about 3 years now, and he's finally looking like he's got a record deal coming up. So that like gives me a tingle, But yeah, listen to it. Again, it's just a man and his guitar. He's very engaging with the audience, and he's on his way up. So just kind of listen and enjoy it, and then see what you think about it.
Honestly, dude, any friend of Kimbo's a friend of mine, and we only had this idea an hour before the show, so I haven't heard it yet, Kimbo, wasn't it? We just had this idea. Kimbo, you should feature someone when you're on. So I thought it was 2 people as well, by the sounds of it. Apologies. 2-Inch Voices with the song Witches. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Dreamers of dreams and makers of music. That's what they say tonight. We're gonna shine a little brighter, yeah. If that's what they say is right, we're all gonna. If that's what they say tonight, we're gonna shine a little brighter, yeah. If that's what they say is right. We can hear them playing our tune. We can dance dance until the end, or till that song is through. We can sit and watch the colors change. We can say our prayers to something to make it rain. That's what they say tonight. We're gonna shine a little brighter, yeah. If that's what they say is right, we're all gonna. If that's what they say tonight, we're gonna shine a little brighter, yeah. If that's what they say is right. Shine a little brighter, yeah. If that's what they say is right, we're all gonna. If that's what they say tonight, we're gonna shine a little brighter, yeah. If that's what they say is right.
Absolutely fantastic, Kimbo. Tell your friends they're welcome in this our music family any day, you know. So you can't review your, well, you can actually because it's not yours, but Mick's the next guest, Hardie, and young Alex has not said anything yet. So Alex, then Hardie, then Mick. What was your thoughts on Kimbo's Contact, the 2-inch voices? What do you think about that track there, Alex?
Well, I'm not really the music guy, but honestly, when it comes to the voice and the guitar, the amount of talent I could just, it sounds really good to me. I could listen to it and add it to my playlist. And honestly,
absolutely. The only thing it's missing is a video, isn't it? That's what I was thinking. The only thing it's missing is a video.
Well, that's what my job is practically.
Aye. Oh, dude. Do you know something I need? Well, I'll speak to you in private. Hardie, then Mick, what was your thoughts here? Well,
yeah, so really, really emotional performance, I guess. It's well, I mean, like not visually, but like you can hear this guy put his whole soul into the song, and like to make an acoustic song interesting sometimes is a bit of a difficult task, because you know you're very limited to you don't have anyone backing you up. And I like the little like slides he did at the beginning and in the middle part where he does the slides and stuff, and it really complements the vocals when he starts like playing. Like, it's difficult for me to explain, but it's very emotional. You know, it's very like he's a good performer. You can hear, and I would really have loved to see that live. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and maybe one day when in the far future when we're touring the States, I can see that.
Well said, dude. Well said. Mr. Mick Wilson over in the UK, what was your thoughts there before we get to your section next, actually?
Everybody, I thought it was fantastic. I did hear a little vibrato of Mark Almond. I don't know if anybody else would agree with that, but I felt a little bit in the higher notes when he was doing the la. I thought, anyway. So I think it's cool. I wanted to hear more of the voice. over the guitar. I think that might be a mix issue. So to sort of separate the guitars across and let the voice come through more, because I wanted to hear the voice because it was fantastic. So yeah, great song. He's going to make it if he keeps doing that, definitely.
Well said, Mick. Well said. And this is I don't know what it's going to be called, but I said to Kimball's Corner, he's going to get a slot to promote one of his artists every time he's on the show. So would you like to say anything to 2-inch Voices before we go to Mick's section, Kimball?
Well, just I've been with him for the past 3 years, and it's just to see him grow, from just playing on the side of a street to actually getting into venues and being invited and gigging like crazy. He's just risen like crazy. It's just a great thing to see when somebody like was said, puts their guts into something and really practices hard and does the work. What can happen? In an industry that throws people to the side of the road real quick, he's making it in his own way, and I'm just proud of the guy. I really am.
Well said, Kimball. Well said. Come into the music family, my man, Kimball. Whatever we're going to call this, Kimball's Corner, Keltstache Corner, whatever we're going to call it.
I don't know about the corner thing. I'm going
to. Well, whatever you want to call it, because this is a first. You know what I mean? When you introduce someone that's not here, so you can take your pick each week and whoever you want to help. Kimball, Keltstache music, and 2-inch Voices. Thank you. So from Florida back over to the UK, return to the show for Mick Wilson. Mick, introduce yourself and why did you write the song I See You? What?
Oh,
you're breaking up there, Mick. The signal's very bad.
Can't stop.
Hey,
I do apologise.
It's okay. You can start again. But Phil Lima has to go. Phil, chill, man, for now, brother. Until the next time. See you again. Yeah, Mick, start again. It was very poor signal there. Try again, brother.
Okay. My name's Mick Wilson. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been singing and writing since 1985 in many projects. This song is the first I've started to write from second album. My album, Love Songs, came out a year and a half ago. This is going to be the second one, so it's the first attempt. What the song's about is about my own paranoia. It's I see you and I'm probably not there. So the song, as I was just singing along, it's not changed any of the lyrics. It's straight out of my soul and my heart. People might think of it as something else, but for me, it was about me going through a rough time and doubting myself right across the board, from my health to my singing to my capacity as a human to communicate. It was in a low place, but I don't want it to be low for everybody.
Hey, dude, I'm sure a lot of people resonate with that, and what a great reason to write a song. Wonderful introduction. Mick Wilson with I See You. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
I see
fear on me. It's been there so long. I see you. I see you. Take a walk in my shoes for just one day. Take a look in my eyes and dare to look away. I see I see you. Raise your hand and have your seat. Come on, let's do it today. Raise your game, raise your eyes to the sky, and let us go. Yeah. I see you. I see you. I see you.
I see you. By Mick Wilson. Fantastic, Mick. Just awesome, dude. So back to normal for a bit. We've got Kimbo, Hardy, then our next guest are the Stampoints. Alex, you've already spoken. So Graham, Kimbo, Hardy, then Graham. What was your thoughts on Mick's song there, gentlemen?
I really loved the keyboards to start and continued through really, but then there was the pickup in tempo more than once that kind of gave it a little more of oomph or some heady tunage with a jazz blues feel to it. I thought it was very, very well done. I like the vocals. I like the effects on the vocals too. I mean, you know, it was kind of being like in a closed room where the vocals were a little bit tighter than, you know, obviously an auditorium or something. So I liked it a lot. Very, very good. Very nice multi-instrumental feel where it needed to be and where you really wanted to make some kind of a strong point. It was just you and the piano again, you know? So I think it was very well done. Nice job.
Well said, brother.
Yeah.
Well said. Hardy, then Graham?
Yeah, no, it was really interesting, and also a little bit of Easter eggs in the middle, which is quite cool. I like it when artists try and like implement like different elements that's like not expected. You know, that's always a cool like thing to do for me. Yeah, very artistic, and like the chorus, and it swells up and it gets big, and yeah, it's a really cool song. So really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. So, Graham from the Stampoints, what was your thoughts there, dude?
It had a nice ambient haunting vibe. It reminded me of Genesis, early Genesis, as a general feel to the complexity of the sound in guitar and keyboards and things. So I was, yeah, that was nice, familiar territory. It's all good stuff.
Well said, everyone. Well said. Do you know, Mick, you've got a poor signal tonight, but the recording will be fine, man. Mick Wilson from the UK, until the next time. Give Mick a round of applause. One love, brother. One love. So we're staying in the UK for the Stampoints. We've got both Graham and Alex from the Stampoints here. Graham, would you like to introduce the band and what's the story behind your song "Break Free"? And Randie has to go, but Randie, thanks. You've stayed over an hour here, but you can see the rest of the show when you know when we see it tomorrow. So bye, Randie, and then Graham continue. Thank you.
I did check, and this one was originally written back in 2003. So I think at that point I was reviewing scenario in the UK and elsewhere, and looking for possible moves. And Australia and France and other things came into the fore, but it just reflected the feeling at that time of some need to escape the scenario. But you listen to the lyrics and you think it's very relevant to the last 4 years or the last era too. So it remains relevant. And I guess I've always liked the feel and the energy of the song. So when Alex has come along and added his video to it, that's been the perfect accompaniment and brings the whole thing alive.
Oh, right, awesome! Thanks for explaining that there. What a wonderful reason to write a song. "Break Free" by Stampoints, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third to last song of the evening. There's only 2 more to go. Sit back and enjoy. One laugh.
Can't save me from dark demons. Let's break free from rash feelings that captivate the material mind. 'Cause 9 to 5's too taxing. No time to spend relaxing. Release me from my fate resigned. Indicted for consuming when economy was booming. Matter pay the banker slave. Now you're on that slave and you must be bloody raving. Matter work till early grave. Break free. Break free. Let's swim free from piranha. Climb stairway to nirvana. Realize our world of fantasy. We will live at one in peace. Find our grey like golden fleece. Utopias when your mind's free. Indicted for consuming when economy was booming. Matter be the banker slave. Now you're on that slave and you must be bloody raving. Matter work till early grave. Break free. Break free. Can't take me to orchestral show. In harmony our spirits grow. A major chord, our symphony. Resolve ourselves in concert sound. Into the spirit our conscious found. A minor chord to set us free. Indicted for consuming when economy was booming. Matter be the banker slave. Now you're on that slave and you must be bloody raving. Matter work till early grave. Break free. Break free.
"Break Free" by the Stampoints, ladies and gentlemen. So fantastic, man. Loved it, Graham. Loved it. Hardy, you're the next guest, so that makes us. I need to bring someone else in to do a little review here. So, Kimbo, Eddy, then Hardy, who's our next guest as well, if that's okay. Kimbo, Eddy, then Hardy.
Well, I thought it had a very cool 80s synth vibe and feel to it, which I always liked. And you said it was done, what, about 20 years ago?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, it gets a close 80s, but I mean, it was always great. And I could think of a few bands that did that and were totally enjoyable to listen to. Nice steady beat. I thought the vocals were superb. I mean, you hit everything clean, clear. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. So great job, man, really.
Jamila.
Well said, man. Well said. Eddy, then Hardy.
Yeah, I thought that was a great song. To add to Kimbo, the synths was amazing. And you said it was 80s, which is not a bad thing because the 80s are making a comeback, baby. So you're in the right genre. Yeah, the sounds was done very well. I think the thing that stood out for me the most was the structure of the song. If you went for that commercial, feel, it was easy on the ear. The hook was quite easy to pick up as well. I think structurally it was also brilliant. So very, very great song. Well done.
Really?
Well said, well said. Hardy Mills.
Yeah, so also a really, really good song. Not much I can add about the music, which they already said. Something that really stood out to me is the message of the song. It's quite an aggressive message, and I think the way you put it together and with the video in the background, it's quite a powerful message that you're carrying over, and it makes you think, and that's really good. So, and I really love art, and artistic interpretation, and yeah, I think you did it really well.
Well said, Hardy. Look at Graham's big smile. Brilliant. I love to see people get their compliments and sit back and smile. And Graham and Alex, thanks for being wonderful guests tonight, the Stampoints. And Alex, I don't know if you video edit, but I'd like to speak to someone about potentially video editing every show that I've done so far, because they've all just been roughly made and dumped out there. I mean, if it's something, it'd be a long-term project, but if you're interested, get Graham to give you my number. I've got Graham on WhatsApp. So Stampoints, everyone, until the next time.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, from the UK, back over to South Africa, they've took over tonight. Hardy Mills is his name. Diverted Disorder is the band. And could you tell us the story behind the song D5?
So let's start with the name. So D5 was originally demo 1, which makes no sense, and it somehow ended up with me as demo 5. It's part of our writing process. We write a demo together as a band. We throw it in a wait for it bin, and then eventually we'll work through the demos. We find the best ones, and then we work on them. So demo 5 was originally demo 1, but I somehow mixed it with demo 5, and we started calling it D5, and it just stuck. And then when it was time to name the song, we were like, well, it's called D5. We've been calling it D5 all along, so D5 is the name. The song has a very strong message. A friend of mine, because I write, most of the lyrics I write is normally about people living with depression or abuse, or it's very personal stuff. And then someone asked me, because I wrote a song called Ambitions, and Ambitions is about the dangers and the destruction of drugs and drug abuse. And someone asked me, why do you always write about the person that is going through the drug abuse or the alcohol abuse or whatever, but you never write about the people that walk the journey with them? So I thought, well, it's an interesting topic. So I started thinking about it. So yeah, D5 is about living with an addict. That's the main focus of the song. It's very new metal. We're actually a metalcore band, but we dabble in quite a variety of genres, and especially in the new album, we even go as far as jazz. So quite interesting take for a metalcore band. But yeah, check it out.
Hey, love you to bits, man. Hardy Mills with his band Diverted Disorder with the song D5. Sit back and enjoy. Man's as heavy metal as they come, but he does all sorts of genres. And he does a Spotify for the music family, everyone. Hardy Mills, this is the man. Enjoy.
Yesterday started like any day. Chapter 1 without a word to say. Like a hurricane, destruction on the way. Waiting for the rain to wash it away. I watch your pain as you walk away. Darkness surrounding us bright. Protection running low. Carry pain. If it's you, why am I saying straight? If this is what you want, why do I need to say you free? You made the choice yourself, but instead you drown in me. This is the life you chose, dragging us along through the thorns we go, cut into the bone. Today, a new day, here we go. Dragging my feet, trying to keep it slow. Anger inside while the soul erodes. Your clock waiting to explode. Now watch me bleed as I walk away. The perfection is the festival. Your pain, but the best moment comes. I will Kansas from the scout. If this is what you want, why do I need to say you free? You made the choice yourself, but instead you drown in me. This is the life you chose, dragging us along through the thorns we go, cut into the bone. If this is what you want, why do I need to set you free? You made the choice yourself, but instead you're drowning me. This is the life you chose, dragging us all along through the thorns we go, cut into the bone.
Diverted Disorder, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. So obviously Hardy can't review himself, and Ian's the final guest of the evening. So let's go Kimbo, Eddy, then Ian, if Eddy wouldn't mind saying something. And don't worry if you become the second or last guest in the show. It's not about how many people's left here in the show, because every one of my shows will be shared thousands of times by the time I'm finished. So yeah, Kimbo, Eddy, then Ian. What was your thoughts here, gentlemen?
Well, I think that, you did the right thing in going ahead with that idea, because caregivers, people living with an addict, if you've ever lived with an addict, There are all kinds of feelings that go through you. Like you said, it's like, you chose this life and you dragged us right along with you. So it gives a little bit of a pointed thought as to how those individuals feel when they're living with it. I mean, the ups and downs and the sickness and, losing jobs. And it can be nuts, and a lot of people sometimes forget about the caregivers and those that are there for them. And I can see that conversation being spot on. So, yeah, good poignant music, I think. Nice job.
Thanks.
Well said, Kimbo, and honestly, Hardy, what a great reason to write a song. Eddy, then Ian.
Yeah, man, I loved it. To add to Kimbo, the message, I could feel the passion coming through. I love what you did in the chorus, taking it down from this intense vocals. That was the one thing. The other thing I picked up was the vocals itself. So I don't know if you're the lead vocal, but most metal bands have these low growls, and this was actually very refreshing to hear. The more higher pitch growl. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the song was also structured very well, and I have to add, you got a sick guitar tone, man. I simply love that. Well done, dude.
Thanks, man.
Hey, hopefully we can see a diverted Eddie Chapman disorder. Some kind of collaboration. I actually know what's going to happen. There you go. How do I know that? I just know it is. Ian, Kennard and Wales, what was your thoughts there, brother?
Yeah, that was really interesting. It's a great concept behind the track, and then the way you carried it out, it sort of went on like a journey throughout the song, because it came in like really sort of hard and heavy, like a really sort of intense like wall of sound, and then it went through all these different sort of phases in the song, so it really kept it interesting. And even the vocals, I found there were a lot of different variations in the style of the vocal throughout the song to sort of match it to the different musical sections as well. And then there was that bit towards the end of the song where it just brought it down completely, into that sort of chilled out bit with a bit of a synth going on in the background, and there was so much variety. So yeah, it really kept it interesting to listen to. So it was great work.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Well said, everybody. Hardy, love you to bits, man. Brother from another mother. Diverted Disorder, South Africa. Until the next time. Right, so from South Africa over to Wales, our 10th and final guest in the show. It's called the 10-10 for a reason. 10 artists, 10 songs. Most of the time it's more, but I'm going to stick to 10 from now on. And Ian Kennard, return to the show. It's your third or fourth appearance at least. Who is Ian Kennard, and what's the story behind your song Becoming?
Okay, well, I guess I'm a singer, songwriter. I play a lot of different instruments. These days I mainly just play acoustic guitar, but this song is a bit older. This is from lockdown. All my videos are live recordings. So I've been in quite a few bands, but these days I just I'm kind of a one-man band. So this is one of those songs where I used a few pieces of equipment and just did a live recording, and it's a kind of a reflective song. I think lockdown was a time for reflection, so this is a very reflective song.
Hey man, you know something, we've been talking in private. Ian's had a hard time recently, and you know what? You're an absolute lovely man, so you are a great artist, and that's Becoming by Ian Kennard. Love you, brother. Sit back and enjoy. One love.
Your
Hey, can I just say, Ian, that's one of the most, emotional performances I've ever seen anybody. You're so emotional in that, it just comes through, doesn't it? Gentlemen, it's just left in the show now. Kimbo, Hardy, then our third review will be by Graham. Kimbo, Hardy, then Graham, what was your thoughts there? And then that's been a wonderful show, everyone.
I think your cat's now famous. All the other cats are going to want an autograph, you know?
It's actually been two different cats, but they look the same. You can't really
Two
tell.
different. Oh, okay. Yeah. Can you tell them apart?
They got different color eyes. Yeah.
Ah, okay. It really had a nice feel to it. Very introspective, and I mean all the way through. Definitely music to look at yourself, think about things that are important. And the music had a perfect styling for that, as well as your vocals and the lyrics. I mean, everything fit together really well. So I'm saying it's a great job. You had a nice pattern to the music. It just followed through, beginning to end. So I liked it very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Well said, Dave. Well said. And, it was the exact song. It had to end the show, Ian, because it's an emotional song. It's a perfect ending to an amazing show. So Hardy, then Graham. What was your thoughts, gents? And then we'll sign off. Hardy.
Yeah, no, it's a really good song, and like Kimbo said, it's got a lot of emotion. I would like to hear it maybe recorded into an interface, because it's a little bit difficult to distinguish all the different variety of things happening between the vocals and the piano, especially because I'm also listening on a cell phone. But yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential, and maybe that's something to consider, maybe recording it, and putting it out. It's always taking that first step makes the biggest difference in the world. So yeah, really good.
Yes.
Well said, man. Well said. Graham, brother, then that's been a great show.
Yeah, nice timbre of the vocals, and the melancholy, sweet and sour feel of the whole thing was gelled really well, and it was some warmth to the whole performance, and it was pleasant to hear. Good to have that playing to raise the ambience.
See, we need to remember he's just done it off the cuff, quite emotional as well. It's by no means mastered, is it? You know what I mean? He's done it in his mobile, sitting in front of his face, so you can get a gist of how amazing that song can be, which is what most of the things Ian's done. He just pulls the phone out in front of him and records it and goes for it. So I mean, Ian's one for. He's never tried to master any tracks, and it is your slowest one of all that I've heard, but it's so emotional, man. You're a special guy, dude. And on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for being wonderful guests. This is my second show of today, so I'm actually sitting here starving. I've had a bacon sandwich all day, man, and I've been sitting eating Pringles during this and some gummies, and I need to go and eat some food, man. So thanks everybody for being wonderful guests. I'm just going to quickly stop the Facebook Live. So we don't really care about that. Goodbye, Facebook. We don't really care about you. But I like to stop the main recording with the world peace sign. I've had over 1,200 people put their V's up in the air while we stop the recording. So let's go for it, ladies and gentlemen. We want world peace, didn't we? Come on, Mick. You can do it, brother. Get your V's up in the air. 1, 2, 3, let's go.